Yet another Fallout build. Well, people seem to be liking them. No, I'm not getting stereotyped. Do you really think so? Oh, hi guys. Welcome back. Francis Gray here, and welcome back to another build video. So the plan is for today we are going to be making some Nuka Cola bottle caps, which is heavily featured in all the Fallout games and now the TV series. So if you want to know how to make these little bad boys, sit back and enjoy, and I will see you at the end.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Okay guys, so welcome back to a brand new build. So in today's video we're going to be showing you how to make the Nuka Cola bottle caps, which is heavily featured in the the Fallout. So it's not only bottle caps from Nuka Cola, there's other drink brands in there like Sunset Sarsaparilla and stuff like that. But most of the time it's Nuka Cola, and there's different variations of Nuka Cola, like Nuka Cola Quantum, Nuka Cola Dark, Nuka Cola Cherry, etc. It seems to be a never-ending list, but the main one that heavily shows up is just the normal everyday Nuka Cola brand. So it's their version of Coca-Cola, if you will. So yes, so in order to start this off, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and you need to collect a lot of bottle caps. So these were all what I found while out walking my dog. So these were basically just thrown away in the wastelands, and while I was going around with dog meat, I basically just found different bottle caps there, and when I found them I thought, yeah, those will work lovely. So after giving them a quick clean up for the next stage, we can take them into the spray booth and we can hit them with nice white prime.
Get the idea.
So after doing a quick Google search for Nuka Cola, I ended up finding this, which is a picture of the main logo itself, which I cropped down into a red circle so it looks like the top of, well, a bottle top. So this is going to be printed out on transfer paper. So my transfer paper tends to work if I flip the image horizontal, so it's flipped over. So why that is, I'm not too sure. It just seems to work better than it would be like a traditional transfer. So now that I have this, I just basically shrunk it down to the right measurement and then just spammed a load of them onto an A4 sheet. And now that we have them, let's go ahead and print them out.
Now that we've got our bottle caps and they're all being given a coat of white, for the next stage I'm going to go in with some transfer stickers. Now you might have noticed that these are back to front. That is because these transfers seem to apply it better if you stick them directly on, rather than like the transfers that you get with like Airfix kits where you actually, you know, take it off and add it after. So these work a lot better. So yeah, so how this works is I just get one of these, cut it out. Okay, won't put this too far because we'll be needing it in a moment. Okay, so now we need to trim around the sides. Okay, so now that we have this, we need to get some water. Okay, that was very handy. Okay, so now that this has been given a base coat of white, I'm going to apply this on in place and then we'll wet it all.
10 seconds later.
And there you go, guys. So we need to go ahead and leave this to dry. So in the meantime, I'm going to do all the rest and then we can crack on with the next bit.
1 season later.
Okay, so now that we've got our bottle cap sticker transfer in place, for the next stage I'm going to go in with some Scarlet Red from Model Air and we're going to go ahead and paint on the sides.
So yeah, I usually find holding it with some long thin pliers is a lot more useful than your fingers, because your fingers will just, well, as you're rotating it around, will pick up loads of paint and it'll just spread everywhere. So long thin pliers are a must.
Okay, leave that to dry and I'll go ahead and do all the rest.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So once all those are fully dried, it's then back into the spray booth, but this time to give it 2 coats of a nice lovely gloss varnish.
Alright. 3 hours later.
Okay, so now that your cap has been given a nice coat of gloss varnish, now there's 2 options to paint the next step. So option A is same again, you want to get yourself some pliers, hold on the edge there, and then just go in with a little bit of dry brush silver. So in this case I'm going to use some silver from Model Air and a fixed stipple brush and then just dry brush it. So you mainly want to just work on the outskirts of the where there's being pulled from the bottle. Okay, so if you see any imperfections like this little part here, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. Now if you want to go over that, you can just go over with a little bit of silver, and if you wanted to you could dab it with your finger and then it just makes it look a little bit more authentic and used. Okay guys, so that is option number 1. So let's crack on with So now let's crack on with option number 2. Okay, so for option 2, you want to look for ones that have been a little bit battered and a little bit damaged. So these look like they're a lot older. So much like option A, we're just going to go in to start off with a dry brush of silver. Okay, so you can be a little bit more heavy with the silver paint on these ones, because obviously they're going to be a lot more damaged. So we'll leave the silver to dry and then we'll crack on with the next final stage.
Moments later.
So after leaving the silver to dry, for the next stage we're going in with our secret weapon, which is a express paint from Express Colour, and it's like a dark brown. So yeah, it's called Wasteland Brown.
Ironic.
And just dab away the excess. Okay guys, so here's a clean fresh one, and then here is a matted old neglected one, and as you can see there, the difference between them is night and day all that just from a contrast paint. And one last final step that you can do. So here is just a stereotypical one that I've made. And for the final part, now you don't have to do this step, it's just something that I like to do. So get yourself a chrome marker. Seriously, if you haven't got one of these, go get yourself one. They are absolutely brilliant.
Just do it!
And then all these exposed silver parts, just add a little edge highlight to some of them. Now it might take a couple of seconds to react or oxidize, if you like, but once done, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera or not, but to the eye there's a definite difference between the two silvers. So yeah, definitely worth doing. So yeah, so like I said, you don't have to do that step, but it does help. So after quite a bit of work putting these together, we now have them all done. So as you can see there, some of them look a little bit more new, and some of them look a lot like, well, they've been run over by a car, etc. So yeah, so there's quite a variety in different types of Nuka Cola bottle caps. So now that we have them, we need somewhere to display them. So for the next stage, let's go ahead and start sorting out the jar. Okay guys, so for the next part you're going to need something to keep your bottle caps in, and this is one of these, which is a Branston pickle jar, and if you haven't tried this stuff, it's delicious.
Yeah, boy.
For me personally, I find this more interesting of a jar than just like a regular jar that you get like hot dogs in or something. So it's like just a straight up and down. This is comes out and curved. I just think this will look a lot more nicer and a little bit more closer to what you might see in the Fallout games. So yeah, so get into this. Obviously have fun eating the contents, and then when it comes to these stickers and labels, now they are on there really solid. So the best way to remove them is just peel off what you can just to start off with, and then you'll get this like white papery kind of skin welded onto the glass. So you just fill this up with water, and then you just submerge it in surrounding water. So the water inside is just to weigh it down, so it's not bobbing about and floating about. And then just leave it a couple of hours, and then when you pull it back out again, it just turns very mushy, and then you just get your nails and you just clean it off, and then you're left with this once it's all nicely cleaned. Now the only problem with using the Branston pickle is they put their slogan on there, bring out the Branston, all the way around, and obviously we don't want that. So for the next stage, I'm going to go in with a little bit of sandpaper, and I'm going to try and sand this off.
How dare you!
Okay guys, so as you can see there, it comes off lovely, and you get this nice silver metal underneath, and I didn't clean it completely because obviously we want it to look like it's been used and abused in the wastelands. So yeah, so that is going to work fantastic. So now that we have this, let's go ahead and add the bottle caps in place.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you've displayed them all in your jar, there's only one more thing you can do, and that is go in with some masking tape. Okay, now you might have a straight edge, you're usually better having it teared, so it adds a bit more kind of rushed and, well, apocalyptic, I suppose. Okay guys, so we have a little bit more room to add a few more, so there's no point me waiting to finish that off. I might as well just do it in my own time and add them as I go. But yeah, to say that these are just stuff that people threw away and it will just go, well, in the bin or recycle, it yeah, for a bit of TLC, it goes a long way to making a nice Fallout prop. So to say that you go from just this to this in just a few short steps is absolutely fantastic. So me myself, I'm really happy with how these turned out. So if you're interested in doing some of these yourself, now there'll be a link in the description bar below to my DeviantArt page where you can download this for free. So I'll upload them just normal front facing so everybody knows what they are. But if your transfer sheet is like mine and it works better if you flip them, just put them in any art studio software and then just flip them horizontally, and yeah, you should be good to print out and go.
So once you've finished adding them to the jar, all that's left to do is to go ahead and display it in a nice area.
I like it a lot.
Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this one. There's not that many steps to these, and as long as the sticker transfer prints okay, you're good to go. It's a nice little prop for something that, you know, most people would just throw away, and it's just a good way of recycling, and it makes a nice display any way you want to put it, really. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please slap that like button, share on Facebook and X, because it helps new people find the YouTube channel, which I always appreciate. Thank you for your help. If you have any comments, comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future builds, and we have got some cool stuff lined up. And if you want to be a really awesome viewer, please take 5 minutes, check out my Patreon page, where with your help we can do these videos full time rather than part time, which means a lot more content for you guys and a lot more work for me. So once again, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Francis Gray and these are the Nuka Cola bottle caps from the Fallout universe. That was quite a mouthful. I'll see you in the next build.
If you like the content that I'm making and you'd like to support my work, here is a few links in the description, but only if you can afford it, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.